Hello folks. So, eclipse season, let's talk about it. The first in the pair of the spring eclipses is taking place in the sign of Leo in Uttara Phalguni. The nodal axis is about to shift to Leo and Aquarius, and this is basically our first preview. Okay? Sun is the dispositor of the eclipse, and also Sun is the controlling planet because it controls Uttara Phalguni. Sun is sitting 7 signs away in Aquarius, just about to move into Pisces, where all the action is taking place. Right? In fact, Sun has been in difficult transits, including the current one and Pisces. So this will be, difficult for those who are trying to forge a new life path. Wait it out till Sun goes into Aries, mid-April. So Saturn makes the only aspect to this eclipse. Saturn and Sun form a close conjunction now. Saturn's gaze is right on this eclipse. It's a deeply combust Saturn. This is an omen for a transition that is about to happen. Could be a change in your status, related to career, related to personal life. Our vitality can feel low at this moment because we're approaching that big Saturn move toward the end of the month. So, let's talk about March's lunar eclipse. Now, before getting started, just a brief announcement. I have created 2 courses. You can purchase them online on my website. One is for those with no previous knowledge of Vedic astrology and will cover all basic topics such as nakshatras, signs, planets, houses, and divisional charts. The second is an introduction to Jaimini astrology for those who are curious about how to use the basic principles and apply Jaimini for better predictions. I've received positive feedback from those who have purchased them, so I'm going to put the links below if you want to learn more. Back to the eclipse. This lunar eclipse takes place in Leo on March the 14th at approximately 7 a.m. GMT in the nakshatra of Uttara Phalguni at 29 degrees. Ketu will cause this eclipse 3 degrees away. Most important here is Sun-Saturn conjunction taking place in Aquarius, as that pattern repeats in Gemini in the D9. Yeah, there are no other planets impacting this eclipse. Saturn and Sun conjunction can trigger ego clashes, especially at the workplace, with your boss, with your peers. There can be fights with your father, especially if you're in a family business. That can come up at this time. There can be disagreements. It's a time to reevaluate career goals, right? Saturn being completely combust at this time. You may be ending a chapter in your career life. Yes. Don't hesitate to ask for help if you're overburdened, as that may be the case at this time. Your status, how you're perceived in the world, can get a new makeover now. It can be due to a personal change or like a life path change that you've made. Uttara Phalguni, where the eclipse takes place, is a self-reliant nakshatra and thus has difficulty in reaching out to others for guidance. So you may be in deep contemplation at this time. There may be some blocks due to Saturn's close conjunction with the Sun at this time. It's a time to rethink your commitments, basically. Rethink your commitments, your priorities. Where are you putting your time and energy? There will be shifts coming up in the next few weeks, and now would be the time for reflection and planning. It's a time when finances and all your relationships connected to finances, including your work relationships or maybe with your partner, those will be in focus at this time. Health concerns can be there for some people. For others, it's money concerns. You can be feeling out of sorts, right? With that Saturn, like that Saturn's heavy aspect on the moon. You also may be feeling pessimistic about the future. There is, however, a new chapter about to usher in. And by the end of the month, early next month, you'll kind of be able to gauge what that is. After this eclipse's life drama unfolds for the next 2 months, you will get a clearer picture, right? This eclipse falls into the first pada of Uttar Falguni, which is the Sagittarius Navamsha, ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter shows up in Gemini with Saturn and Sun in D9 at this time. So this is a good omen. Education, knowledge, taking advice from experts will help you take the right steps in your life. Try to act within ethics at this time so you don't have regrets later on. Old chapters are ending, certainly. Old chapters are ending. We're seeing this to be the prevailing theme around this time, and it's forecasted by this eclipse occurring in the last degree of Leo, aspected by Saturn and Ketu very close by. Uttar Falguni is the back legs of a cot. It may be that we're about to take action after a long period of rest, or a break, or a diversion. With Saturn's aspect and Ketu close by, we will see some closures and endings. And the coming weeks will introduce new chapters. Right? As I said, vitality can feel down, so keep your schedule light. Don't overexert yourself if it's possible. Favorable activities for Uttar Falguni include making commitments, especially relationship, marriage, founding a business, buying a home, performing ceremonies. Giving to charity is also favored at this time. Now, with Saturn's strong influence, you will actually see blocks and delays in these activities if you're trying to do any of those things. It could also be that you're reassessing your plans and your goals for the future, right? So reach out to your social connections. You may get ideas on where to create that new path in the coming weeks. It will, of course, manifest in the next 2 months, right? But you will see hints of it during the eclipse season. The deity of Uttar Falguni is Aryaman, which means a friend. So a friend can perhaps uplift you at this time in some way, come to your aid, help to open up a door. With Saturn's position, recognizing real friends and well-wishers may be difficult, may be confusing also. Who seems to be a friend may not be, so exercise some caution also at this time. You may not be reading people properly. If you're reconnecting with others from the past rather than new connections, this will provide more sound choices. That's a positive thing. See also where Leo falls from your moon, from your Lagna, it's here that you can see the changes manifest in the next coming weeks. I've made remedies videos on each planet, and for the eclipses, the best remedial measures you can take is to strengthen the moon, right? This can, it can just be simple things, like just keeping your schedule light. Don't overexert yourself. Drinking lots of water, doing pranayam, doing meditation, spending more time at home, spending more time with family, making home-cooked meals, going for water therapies. So simple stuff. I've actually published an article recently about this as well. So have a look at my website under blog articles if you're more curious about eclipses and remedies. At eclipse times we may not be getting the full picture, right? All the information to make a right decision. But what happens is that something gets triggered, so that you're pushed to do something, either act, make a decision, respond. Usually that happens during eclipse time. So the best you can do is step back, withdraw, do some of the remedies I mentioned, and then respond. if you are pushed in a corner, which often we are during eclipse times, right? Because that's when things kind of are out of our will, out of our control as such. By mid-April, the dust will clear. You may feel that you've come out of fog at that time, and by then you'll be in a much better position to make a decision as well. And by mid-May, the whole trajectory would have shifted, right? Because a lot of astrological shifts would have happened, and the confusion would have subsided by then, right? So, all the best, folks. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, folks. Cheers.